Here's our final match. Hricsina, Johnson. Everybody's been waiting for it. And
you heard that? You heard that? Go get him. Go get him, Don.
He's staying with that same ball.
So we can see Don Johnson, 2 strikes on lane 51, 3 on lane 52.
And again, high on lane 51, the 3-6-10 right out of the gate. Tough spare.
And there's a shot that Don just isn't sure what the lane is doing right now. He really thought he threw the ball well, but the ball jumped early in the heads in the front part of the lane. As we see Don Johnson with a wonderful 18-6 match play record. He said last week he only won 5 matches all week.
I told him at the time that when he finished 24th, he was due a first.
You very well could be right. Hard and straight with the hard plastic ball. And a good cover for Don Johnson.
Although for Coco to finish first, he's got to get by this big, powerful guy.
John Hricsina, he's standing way left on the approach. He likes to throw the ball to the right and let the power take over. Well out on the lane. And that's a patented John Hricsina power strike right there. There's John's family. They liked it. So did John.
John now in Jackson, Tennessee. As we showed, he's 6 feet tall, 220 pounds, all muscle, 234 average, almost 235 this week.
Going for an early double.
Oh, he barely hit the headpin with that one.
And that's what John Hricsina's ball can do. He has so much more power than the rest of the senior players. Watch the way this ball comes back. Most of the guys out here, they're not going to carry all the pins over, but for John Hricsina, that's just another creative strike. Important for Coco to get it going here early.
Just to hurry. Hit it.
Oh, and he almost had one of his own. Just about the same as Hricsina's strike, only that stubborn 10-pin just wouldn't fall down.
Pins just didn't move quite as fast though as Hricsina's.
So they're not going to, and they won't.
At the 10-pin, straight at it, no trouble.
And that's why they throw those hard plastic balls, Mike. He pulled that, but was able to knock the 10-pin down. Really trying to study the approach to figure out where do I stand and where do I look on the lane in order to get this ball in the pocket. He's a little bit lost on lane 51.
You'd think with all the years of experience that, you know, something would click in and he'd have an idea what to do, but right now he's really confused.
Yeah, the game has changed a little bit in the last 10 years, Mike.
He moved in.
And the ball hung light. It just never did get the friction that it was necessary to get it back to the 1-3 pocket. And he's got to be wondering how he's going to extricate himself from this dilemma. Being down 12 pins, not having a strike, and John Hricsina seemingly having it his way early.
And not having the pocket. I mean, that's even more vital. I really think he's going to get to a point where he's got to make a move and go to the gutter or something like that because he knows it'll hook back from there.
He's got to go one way or the other. He's either got to go to the gutter and throw it harder, or he's got to move in and even take less speed. Hricsina for 3 in a row.
Oh,
almost a pocket 410.
Almost. Almost. It was up there for a while, I'll tell you what. Wow.
You can see the physical strength of John Hricsina. Watch, Mike, as he really powers the ball over the line. Great projection. Hard and straight up the 10-pin, and that's not a problem. I think he believes that every time his ball hits the pocket, it's supposed to strike. He throws so much ball.
You see the score, just 11 pins, the difference right here. Hricsina has them. Oh, well, the 8 falls over. He's got a chance to make this.
There's a key mistake, and there's his wife, Valerie.
No, Susan's the wife.
I'm sorry, his wife, Susan, and his daughters, Valerie. and Sandy.
At the 210. Ooh, gave it a shot. He's got a grandson in there, Nicholas. But right now, all of them are a little upset because Coco has gone into the lead sitting on the bench.
Takes a 2-pin lead, and right now it's time for Don Johnson to figure out how to get back in that pocket.
Well, he's got 52.
All right, well, 52 hasn't been his big problem. 51 has. He's talking to the crowd. He's having fun. He's smiling. You got to love him.
Yep. Outgoing has never been his problem, right?
No, he's always been very, very personable and a fan favorite and a favorite of his peers. Big shot on the left-hand lane. Trying to find that 1-3 pocket on this lane.
Moved in. Oh, he's found something.
Well, he found something indeed. Looked like he went a little bit deeper. Let's take a look at this shot again, Mike. He definitely did move in closer to the third arrow, playing a pretty tight line. Watch the 6-pin attack that 10. That'll put another smile on his face. Hricsina to answer.
Wow.
And he answers with a very, very lucky strike on lane 52. Crossed over, tripped out the 6 and the 10-pin. Now he's shaking his head. First Johnson couldn't find the pocket. Now it's Hricsina.
Gone from light to high here.
Now, as a power player, I think I know what's going through John's mind right now. And he feels that he can just hit the ball harder and make it hook back into the pocket on the lane he came in light on.
Comes up. Perfect.
And he did.
Stays in there. Casino and Bowling Center. It's the 6th frame. Don Johnson leads by 2 pins. He's up on lane 52 right now, working on 2 strikes in a row. For the turkey, it's high. We've got an even match if he makes this spare. Well, neither player looking super sure of themselves right now.
No, they're really, neither player right now has a command of the pocket on both lanes. As we had a little noise, I'm not sure where that came from, but Don Johnson resets himself with the harder ball. Very important to make this spare.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh!
Well, he sort of looks like, well, that's no problem. Let's take a look at this one. You can see he just never got this ball far enough to the right. He's kind of in the mercy of the gods right now, and woo, just barely got the 6-pin out. He knows he got a break.
Even match. 7th frame.
We'll see if he still has command of lane 51. Made a great shot in the last frame on this lane.
Ooh! Well, now suddenly that's his good lane.
Isn't that funny how that can happen, Mike? You know, you struggle on a lane, and all of a sudden you figure it out, then you lose your good one.
And we got cameramen moving around here to the right, and Hricsina looks over there and says, hey, guys.
Don't mess with me.
I'm strong.
This is to take a 10-pin lead. Remember, he went Brooklyn on this lane the last time.
Oh, and he shreds them this time.
That's just John Hricsina's strength right there. Once again showing how he can overpower a lane condition.
Let me ask you, Marshall, you were always known as a power player when you first came out. So was Mark Roth. Is this guy even more so?
Well, I'd say he throws as much ball as Mark did back in the 70s, and he's going to be 60 on September 29th of this year, so rather impressive. Well, he's looking very sharp right now. That's 4 in a row for John Hricsina. It takes a 20-pin lead.